Rock, are we gonna have to stand up?
Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show. This is the Super Wild Card Weekend Show. This is going to be a run the ball type game, but I also think it's going to be a defensive type game, and I like the Chiefs defense more than the Dolphins defense right now. It's just tough because I think that if it comes down to running the ball, I like Raheem Mostert and A-Chain versus, Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But I do think that the Chiefs, when it comes down to, you got to have it last drive of the game. If it's fucking Tua versus Patrick Mahomes and it's a close ball game at the end, I like the Chiefs 1,000,000,000% more. And I think that when it comes down to playoff football, that's what you got to pick. And -4 isn't that much for what I think is probably the team of our decade right now.
Weird line.
You know what I mean?
I would expect it to be bigger.
When you talk about the Chiefs, I know the Super Bowl hangover is something that is real, but they had a mediocre type regular season, won their division. They get to host a home playoff game against a team from Miami who's coming to 0 degrees. I know that the Dolphins are an exciting team. I know that everybody loves Hard Knocks and everybody loves Mike McDaniel, and it's a great story. I love the Dolphins too, aside from Postman and Cam. But Chiefs -4 is the pick.
At first, I was a little whimsical about going into this game, but as we said, the Chiefs has had a mediocre season. They haven't looked great all year. Their offense, yes, is Patrick Mahomes, but it's like, who the fuck is Patrick Mahomes throwing to? We thought Valdez-Scantling was going to be good, and he's mid, piss-poor receiver. Kadarius Toney has dropped every pass that come his way. Kelsey, I'm not taking any Kelsey slander, but Kelsey has just been injured, so it's not like he's even been there to help Mahomes out. So I think this is Kelsey's first game back from missing 2 games, and as we all know, being an athlete, that first game back is never the same. So I'm really not expecting Kelsey to be Kelsey, that dominant Kelsey. So I feel like the Dolphins have the upper hand here defensively, but like Nickson said, that defensive line for the Chiefs is scary with Chris Jones on it. But we do have a lot of speed, so it won't be too hard to get rid of, just take Chris Jones out the game completely. And we saw that last game we had when we did the pitches. We did a lot of pitches, and eventually they called on. We should have stopped running the fucking pitch, but in the first half, we probably had 100+ running yards with just doing pitches, spreading.
Shit, the Ravens game. You go back to the Ravens game. That fourth quarter, y'all scored 2 touchdowns. You just ran the ball down the field. Didn't even throw it.
And it was probably 6 pitches in a row on some bullshit. And
give it to
I would say Chris Jones isn't obviously equally as dominant as I don't think the Ravens have a Chris Jones type of player, but as a whole they could definitely take up the work that Chris Jones does. So I feel like we'll use the same game plan and just try to stretch it out, try to basically just get them out of the fucking game. It's not the same Chiefs, bro. So thin spread, we're pissed off. We're coming into the playoffs. I think everybody is going to take the Chiefs. If I was a gambling man and I had no knowledge of the game, I would take the Chiefs. So I think Vegas wants the Fins to win, and you always have Vegas on your side. So go Fins.
Gonna follow that up by taking the Chiefs. I feel like the Chiefs are almost at that level of dominance over the past few years, or level of success to where they're honestly probably not bored of the regular season, but kind of like a LeBron type deal. Let's get through the regular season. Let's turn up when it matters. If any team can flip a switch, it's them. I don't know if they're Super Bowl ready, but I feel like the regular season, they damn near half-assed it. If you watch some of their games, it's just didn't look like the same Chiefs. It's not the same, no mistakes, tightness. Every play is perfect. It looked like they were half-assing it. And I could see why, after they won last year with no weapons, people are acting like this is the first time they've had no weapons. They literally have the same weapons as last year, except they drafted Rasheed.
It's not the fact that they don't have weapons. It's not the weapons that they have just not doing shit.
Yeah, but still, they have the same weapons as last year that they won a Super Bowl with, plus Rasheed Rice, who's a solid rookie receiver. So I think that this whole no weapons thing, I think it's bullshit. They literally won last year. So I think the Chiefs are going to win it. They're going to turn up. We've already seen these teams play. Miami, they look like they couldn't handle the offense. Miami's defense is a problem. And I just think the Chiefs' defenses look good. I think this is the time their offense turns it on. It's Andy Reid. It's Mahomes. If Kelsey's got a couple prime games left, they're coming right now. I think they just weren't too enthused about the regular season. They didn't seem all the way in, but now playoffs, they've been getting all this doubt. Everyone's talking about how it's their worst season ever. They're not the same Chiefs. This is the time to do it, and I think they're gonna do it in Arrowhead. It's gonna be cold. Tua went from Hawaii to to Alabama to Miami. Like that boy has never even smelled snow. Like when it's cold, he don't like that. The Dolphins have just historically not a good cold weather team. But yeah, Chiefs and I don't know what the total is, so I'm not gonna touch the total.
All right, I love you, Cam, but I'm taking the Chiefs. Reigning. Well, yeah, everyone. The Chiefs are gonna cover, man. For the poor fucking Dolphins. It does, bro. None of them want to be playing the cold, but especially not the Dolphins, man. They. Oh,
So
God. I mean, the Chiefs. Travis Kelce sold his soul to Big Pharma. That's the second.
Whoa!
And that's the second fucking worst thing he's done this season. I'm not even gonna talk about that. First one doesn't even deserve attention. But Coach, I like Mike McDaniel. I honestly don't hate the Dolphins, despite them being in the same division as my team. But man, just think with your head here that Andy Reid's gonna have something good. Patrick Mahomes, even with shitty receivers, they're like fifth or sixth in the NFL in passing this year. So if they can turn it on for a game, Pacheco on the ground, like 10th in the league or 11th in the league and average rushes, and expect the Chiefs to be coming firing all cylinders. Dolphins, as much as I want them to win, it's going to be really tough for them to walk into that literal Antarctica, the tundra, and do anything. Tua's brain might really never be okay after this one.
0% chance the Miami Dolphins are winning this.
Well, I picked them to cover. I picked them to cover.
Or cover.
I picked them
They
to
win
cover.
by touchdown easily.
Cam, I'm with you, buddy. Let's ride. Let's
Is
ride.
Jim there?
No, he's gone. Next game.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.